Hello viewers, you're watching Nagaland TV News now. This is Nufu Iyer and here are the headlines. A group of villagers from Meluri in Peg district takes down temporary structures built along two-lane project on NH 202 at Akeko Junction. Following end of 30-day ultimatum, NFHRCC plans phase-wise agitation against government of Nagaland from September 13. Phase 1 still will be confined to Dimapur. Extending support to NFHRCC, several civil society organizations to begin its first phase of agitation by shutting down the office of PWD RNB Dimapur Division. BJP gives conditional NOT for all party government in Nagaland. No NPF legislators to be included in the cabinet. NDPP to hold emergency meeting on September 8. In an attempt to ensure effective strategy for preparation of Gram Panchayat development plan, Nagaland decided to launch People's Plan campaign. And now the news in details. After spending anxious days, the proposed all-party government, Nagaland United Government, GOI, the much-awaited nod from national BJP leadership, according to reports, Chief Minister Rio will brief the NDPP legislators and party leaders at the party meeting on September 8 and brief members about the outcome of his meeting with BJP leaders in Delhi. Rio will also share BJP's insistence that the present ministry set up in Nagaland should not be disturbed. According to sources, no NPF legislators will be included in the cabinet. On August 11, PDA constituents NTBP, BJP and independents and opposition NPF resolved to form the Nagaland United Government. However, the rank and file of BJP were not enthusiastic about the all-party and opposition-less government. The Nagaland BJP High Command, on the other hand, was not happy with the objective of the proposal coming together for Naga political issue. The Nagaland Foothill Road Coordination Committee, NFHRCC, on September 8 resolved to commence indefinite agitation from 13 September 2021 if the state government failed to fulfill the demands of the committee by 12 September 2021. The issue has been making headlines for a long time now, with the deadline for agitation extending several times. NFHRCC convener Supu Jamir, General Secretary W. Lemba Chang and Assistant General Secretary Chenitang Homtsoi, in their respective statements, made it known that the agitation would be carried out phase-wise. Dimapur has been chosen as the first venue for the indefinite agitation by the committee. The committee further informed that the office of the PWD RNB Dimapur Division would be shut down and movement of all government vehicles would be restricted. Our reporter Kamrito Nungti has a report.
The committee have served the ultimatum to the government on 7th of August, and it was supposed to be expired on 6th of September. In the meantime, we have received a letter from the Principal Secretary, Works and Housing, requesting the committee to hold on for some time in view of the fact that the Honorable Chief Minister and the Deputy CMs are out of stations. In that view of the matter, after a lot of deliberation, we have extended till 12th of this month. And yesterday we have resolved that in the event of the failure of the state government to give a positive response to the ultimatum that we have served on the government, till 12th of this month, September. So in the event of failures, we have already resolved that we will go for the first phase of agitations. And the first phase of agitation will be that we will lock down the PWD RNB, PWD Dimapur Division's office. Along with that, we will restrict the government vehicles movements. And regarding the second phase, We are yet to decide. The time will speak regarding the second phase.
The Nagaland Foothill Road Coordination Committee and several civil society organizations have resolved to begin its first phase of agitation by shutting down the office of PWD RNB Dimapur Division and restrict movement of all government vehicles in Dimapur from September 13 if the state government fails to give positive response to their demand by September 12. The several civil society organizations had earlier given time to the government of Nagaland to respond positively to their plea of making the foothill road pliable while awaiting the mega project, failing which it warned of going ahead with the proposed indefinite agitation from September 13. The House has also unanimously resolved to form a core group under the new name Young Naga Action Committee for Foothills Road, with CNSA as convener. The co-conveners of the core group comprised of DENSU, ZSUN, Lotha Youth Organization, Western Sumi Youth Front and Dimapur Ao Youth Organization. Temporary structures built along the proposed row of the two-lane project on National Highway 202, which stretches from Akeko to Akasi Bridge, Chesami, has been taken down by a group of villagers from Meluri subdivision in Peg district. The ESC of Meluri informs that the dismantled temporary structures at Akeko Junction. The managing director has written a letter to the Nagaland Chief Secretary informing their decision to withdraw construction from the project due to growth in local population. Building large number of structures on the proposed row with the intention of getting undue compensation. So far, more than 800 structures has been built along the 42.4 40-kilometer stretch, and the dismantling group was led by the village chief of Kokeku after an agreement which stated that genuine standing structures be compensated properly. The project will move forward after the structures are fully removed, said the ESC. The lack of parking area in Kohima has been a trouble to the people of Kohima for some time, but not for long now. The city center site, Old Assembly Secretariat, will be used as a parking site for the public. Entry and exit to the parking area will be made possible from Ao Baptist Church and Commissioner's Office. The parking lot will be made available from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Old Assembly Secretariat tegine ase etu jaga do hoise bole manu bishi olawa old MLA hostel kuini janibo pare aro itia do hoise bole do amian site to sabo pare ase etu site to hoise bole ami la camera person kevili le methalo re ase taiwa dekhai dibo etu jaga do hoise bole do city center banawole la site ase aro etu jaga de itia ami kan Kohima town de hoise bole do Kohima town de hoise bole do ami kan etu parking na thagi ne bishi duk pai aro traffic jam ra amian Kohima manando bishi duk pai aro kitiaba do town de ai ase gule do amian whole Kohima town do round 2 bar 3 bar mari libi parking na pai aro kumba do din bor round mari libi parking na pai gine kohori jai jai kam khotom ho na pari gine itu karne yade itu jaga de itu city center laga side te parking zone ko ine banai di gine ita to use kuri ase amian ite city center la parking lot te kam gura manu kumalo jai gine olop khobor janule try gro itu timing do kiman tak ase aro ina hoi gine itu entry aro exit point do kina use kuri ase itu janule gane aibi amian jaine kotha entry do hujugule do kutiwa ase aro kutiwa exit ase kutiwa ahe aro kutiwa tan bahar wala
ta khang yete rawi ai aro itu side bravi ola pare itu side bravi ola le pare
itu outchurch laga Kohima outchurch laga side pabe ai ho pare aro ina ine itu yede commissioner laga office laga side pabi itu ola ai ho pare aro exit to bi ini kushi cholai ase bine janibo pare ase aro itu kiman baji tak thakibo na itu parking la
8 price that kena 4 baji tak thakya.
Okay, thank you very much. আমি জয়েন কৰাৰ কাৰণে আৰু ইয়েছ এইটো ৰিপৰ্টটো ল'বলৈ কাৰণে আমি কেমেৰা পাৰ্চন কেভিলিৰে লৰে আহিছে এইটো ৰিপৰ্টে আমি জানিব পাৰিছে এইটো এণ্ট্ৰি আৰু এক্সিটটো হৈছে বুলি এতিয়া কাৰণেতো খুচি চলাই আছে আৰু টাইমিং লাগবি আপুনি জানিব পাৰিছে মই মহাত্মজিৎ বঙনে Nltv নাগালেণ্ড
Joining hands to form Nagaland United Government, the Woka region of the Nationalist Democratic Progressive Party has welcomed the decision and reaffirmed its support for an early, honorable, acceptable and inclusive solution to the ongoing Naga political issue and stated its commitment to work towards strengthening the party at the grassroots in all the assembly constituencies in Woka district. The resolution was taken during its consultative meeting on September 7 and it also affirmed its support to the leadership to the Chief Minister, Nephew Rio and the party president, Chingwang Konyak. Planning and Coordination, Land Revenue and Parliamentary Affairs Minister Naiba Krono, during a video conference conducted by the Union Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Minister, pointed out there were many schemes that were applicable for the rest of the state in the country, but not for Nagaland. Hence, he had urged the ministry to discontinue such schemes. He also shared the concept of Naga integrated farming. Meanwhile, it was revealed that during the meeting, the state government would target only 15,000 hectares of wasteland for palm oil cultivation. Rupees 223.54 crore has market channels were being opened up, pointing out that Naga coffee, which is regarded as one of the best, was the first agriculture product to have been exported for the past few years to the international market. Though coffee was currently planted in about 10,000 hectares of land, the state government proposed to increase this to 30,000 hectares. Attending the meeting was accompanied by Horticulture Advisor Mathang Yanthan and Agriculture Production Commissioner Y. Kiketo Sema. In a conversation with the Joint Director and HOD of the Directorate of Tribal Affairs, I. Sinopom said that on 27 August 2021, order has been issued to the staff to wear the traditional dress to all the tribes of Nagaland on Wednesday to promote and preserve Naga traditional culture. Also to make a habit and feel comfortable of our own traditional dress in our day-to-day life.
Nltv dang ide Kohima de aina ase Directorate of Tribal Affairs Law Office de aro ami thanlot tahala Joint Director Ma'am IC no phom aina ase tailot idu individual hoda hodi guru about the traditional down every Wednesday traditional dress tolaina ayala do hoda hodi guna idu individual jo. Welcome to Nltv ma'am. Ma'am apni thanla idu staff than every Wednesday traditional dress tolaina ayala do olop highlight kuri do parbo.
Itu order notification to 27th of August that all the officers and staff who are posted here in the Directorate of Tribal Affairs, takan sabke nijor laga traditional costumes, attires every Wednesday laga bi koigina inaga ekta order olai dishe.
Ma'am, idu order ola bichido I think this is the second week tahan na kunaya do. Aro tahan idu the staff tahan la particular tribe la traditional cholai wo lagela dan any free as it dan idu alag traditional bi cholai na ole.
They are given the liberty to wear any traditional attires belonging to our 14 tribes of Nagaland.
And ma'am mon idu sob jane ki apni than na kra do promote kra do mon gani bi youth tan specially bisi refresh one is na ro mohan sob itado idu used to it hina kipa jai ole si dura. Do you have any message for the people, for the viewers about our traditional?
Well, Naga, when we talk and when we look at our Naga traditional attires, it is very rich in culture and also it is very beautiful. compared to the rest of the other tribes. So I think we should feel proud of being a Naga. And I think, being a tribal-centric department, we have initiated this humble step in order to promote, basically, and promote our traditional attires, our costumes. So it is our appeal from the Directorate of Tribal Affairs that, our people also give importance in wearing our traditional attires, not only during the festivals, or maybe in religious gatherings, or maybe in some kind of tribal festivals, but also wear, if possible, maybe just an item, a small item during the office hours, depending on their taste or their likes.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Aminan hunije, or dikije, ma'am lawi, itu traditional la, tahan aminan message there to feel proud of our own traditional, promote Krina, jai thabuli. Not only during our particular tribe festival, our hornbill festival in Aigladi nui, alag din handi huliwi, mana traditional alive kuna jawole, tai message panek ta dia do aminan to sop follow kuna jawoina ona viewers tandi jinai tia se. Thank you so much for watching NLTV. I'm here with my camera person Imli. This is
With the dismissal by scientists for community forests across Northeast as often empty forests, a research carried out by the Delhi-based NGO Wildlife Protection Society of India in Tanamir village under Kifri district proved the latter wrong. Ramya Nair, a researcher with the Wildlife Protection Society of India, has stated that the residents of Tanamir, in collaboration with national organizations to research and protect wildlife in their community forest, have found a host of rare and endangered wildlife in the forest. Working on this project together with the WPSI Tanamir locals and members of the project of Team Jona Yimchunger and Retsucham Yimchunger said that they were surprised by the abundance of wildlife and quite thrilled to see that the forest is home to rich biodiversity. It has been brought to light that over 220 bird species and some animals have been documented, and that the locals now feel confident after months of practicing with the help of experts that they may now be able to carry out surveys on their own. Mesomar village, situated about 20 kilometers away from the state capital, celebrates a unique festival of cleaning roads and paths leading to fields known as Chatha Near, with Viput Shima members joining the rest of the Mesomar Khels took part in the mass social work, after which entertainment and merriment followed. Teja Thomas Kaukre, a youth member of Vihut Sumya Khel, said that the festival is considered as one of the most important festivals of Mesomar people, which is observed every year on September 7th, and it is believed that sickness and diseases would be warded off by participating in this festival. The occasion also symbolizes the beginning of harvest and believe that God is well pleased, and people hoped for blessings from above for a rich harvest and good health to all family members. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval met with U.S. spy master William Burns in Delhi on Tuesday. The meeting took place on a day when the Taliban announced the names of people who would run Afghanistan. The details of what Mr. Doval and the Central Intelligence Agency's chief discussed are not known, but in the backdrop of the Taliban government formation in Afghanistan, security issues were on top priority. India was among the countries that evacuated their mission staff from Kabul when the Taliban took the Afghan capital 3 weeks ago. Sources said Mr. Doval was also meeting his Russian counterpart Nikolai in Delhi today. Issues relating to China, Pakistan and Afghanistan would be the focus of the meeting. In a historic move, the centre today told the Supreme Court that women will be admitted into the National Defence Academy for permanent commission into India's armed forces. The government, however, said it needs some time to frame guidelines to pave the way for women to take NDA courses. The Supreme Court has told the centre to file its reply in September 20. Today's hearing comes less than a month after the Supreme Court, in a landmark interim order, said women can sit for the NDA admission exam, which has been rescheduled for November 14. The court had also expressed hope that the interim order would persuade the army to initiate that change of its own accord rather than be forced to do because of a directive from the judiciary. The government had argued that its recruitment policy was not discriminatory and that there would be a wide number of ways in which women could apply. Three bombs were thrown at BJP MP Arjun Singh's home near Kolkata early this morning, scaring the iron gate to the house but causing no injuries to anyone. BJP chief Dilip Ghosh has said that the assailants were most probably from Bengal's ruling Trinamool Congress. The bombs were thrown at the home of the BJP MP at Jagat Dal, around 100 kilometers from Kolkata, allegedly by three men on bike. The incident took place around 6:30 a.m. No one was injured and police are on the spot. The Trinamool Congress, on the other hand, said that the bomb attack was a result of the Bengal BJP's internal feud.
साढ़े 6 बजे ये तो बम गिरा था तीन गो तो अरे आप लोग थे उस टाइम यहाँ पर तो आपका सामने नहीं बम गिरा सामने नहीं उधर से गली से फेंका है अंदर से अच्छा अच्छा आपका नाम सर लाल बहादुर
तो बम चला
क्या हुआ
ये हम लोग को पता नहीं क्या हुआ है, लेकिन हम लोग आए उठे हैं देख रहे हैं यहाँ पर 3 को बम चला है। ये गेट पे मार रहा है।
नहीं देखे
नहीं, हम लोग तो यहाँ पर थे। हम लोग देखे नहीं है, पूरा धुआं धुआं हो गया है। नहीं, ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ था। उधर में होता है, ये गेट पर नहीं मारता रहा लोग। ये हाँ नहीं शायद नहीं। हाँ डर तो लगेगा ही ना, यहाँ पर तो पूरा फैमिली है।
आगे नहीं हुआ
ये अंदर में नहीं हुआ था हम लोग का, उधर रोड में होता है, लेकिन इधर में हम लोग को फर्स्ट हुआ है। अब डर तो लगबे करेगा, डर वाला तो आते हैं। लेडीज फैमिली है, फैमिली लोग तो डरेगा ही। 3 को
Farmers along with some Yuk Kisan Morcha leaders spent the night at the main entrance of the Karnal Mini Secretariat in Haryana on Tuesday. Several SKM leaders including Rakesh Tikait, Gurnam Singh Charoni, Balbir Singh Rajewal, Yojender Yadav, Darshan Bal and Yojinder Urkan were present at farmers made it clear that they will not go back until their demands on action against former Karnal STM Ayush Sinha is accepted. Farmer activist Lakha Sidana, along with several followers, reached Karnal and in his brief address slammed the BJP-led governments at the centre and state for attempting to create rifts between farmers of Punjab and Haryana. The Taliban on Tuesday announced a caretaker cabinet that paid homage to the old guard of the ground, giving top posts to Taliban personalities who dominated the 20-year battle against the US-led coalition and its Afghan government allies. Taliban spokesman Zabi Hulam Mujahid, when announcing the cabinet, said the appointments were on interim government. He did not elaborate on how long they would serve and what would be the catalyst for change. The announcement of cabinet appointments by Mujahid came an hour after Taliban fired into the air to disperse protesters and arrested several journalists. The second time is less than a week the group used heavy-handed tactics to break up a demonstration in the Afghan capital of Kabul. To ensure effective strategy for preparation of Gram Panchayat Development Plan, Nagaland has decided to launch People's Plan campaign from October 2, 2021 to January 31, 2022. In this regard, a meeting of the state-level committee on People's Plan campaign 2021 for preparation of GPDP for the years 2022 to 23 was held on September 7, where Nagaland Chief Secretary J. Alam stated that the idea of the campaign was to come up with a comprehensive plan based on participatory process involving full convergence with schemes of all related line department. It was also known that a one-day orientation training for line department nodal officers on People's Plan Campaign 2021 at RD Conference Hall would be held on September 10 at 1 p.m. That's all we have for now. Keep watching Nagaland TV for more news and updates.